Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me as always,
Hey, Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you are joining us tonight on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. If you're not on one of those many glorious apps, remember to take your smartphone, go to the App Store, search for TuneIn Radio. It is free to download. Just install it. Search MSC Radio Network. Press play, and you're listening to us live on the go from wherever you and your faithful little phone may be. And remember, this is a totally interactive program here for you tonight. You can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. And there's a chat room you can get into. No. It's a good segue. Until you apologize, it looked like a big... like there's the chat room. MorningshowCentral.com/watch is the chat room. It's right next to the little video playing us talking right now if you're watching on your computer. It asks for a password. You do not need to put one. Just put a name, hit enter. You're immediately signed in, talking to all of us and whoever else may be in there tonight. What are you in there tonight as, Von Erich?
Von Rickles.
Keep an eye out for Von Rickles. And it should be him. And remember, as always, our Twitter is at @high_on_sports or #HighOnSports is obviously the hashtag. Facebook.com/HighOnSports is the fan page. Go ahead and give it a like. And HighOnSports.net is the website. It's got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is HighOnSports.net. All right, let's get right into things here. It is a jam-packed show for you. It is a round one. Let's go. This is just, we don't want to talk about the end of the show at the beginning, but this is we get a little mini break after this. Next week is a holiday. It's Labor Day, so we will not be with you, which is it's always unfortunate how it lines up, is that this is the last time we're going to be on air before the football regular season starts.
Brownies,
and the preseason's not even technically over.
No.
But, so we'll, but I mean, it is technically. It's game 4. Nobody does anything in game 4.
No.
I wonder if Whedon will even play. Who knows?
I wouldn't now with the way our luck is. Someone will lose a limb.
There's no point at this point with game 4. But anyways, of course, whenever it is our last show before the start of a major sports regular season, we come out with all our predictions and bells and whistles and stuff, and this is no different. I'm really proud. As soon as I made my Super Bowl prediction, I sat back and I just stared at it for a while, and I was like, this is bold. This is really bold. That's my tease. My Super Bowl prediction... It's gonna, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna lose a lot of believers, but I think I'm gonna gain some people. They're like, you know what, he's got some balls, and I like that. So, of course, that is what we're here to do tonight. Is let's get right into things here. You want to start in the north? Should we start in our own backyard?
Yeah, let's do that.
Start with
All right, we'll start in
boys.
the American Football Conference North Division, home to our beloved Cleveland Browns. Of course, you don't know, the show is broadcast to you live from the heart of Cleveland, Ohio. So, of course, our Browns make up the division. Obviously, signings of Paul Kruger. Big news on the Browns front today. Obviously, the Browns not doing it, but former Brown Josh Cribbs getting the axe. The biggest name the Browns probably got rid of was Jordan Norwood. He's been here for about 3 years now.
Oh, we axed him?
Mm-hmm, he's gone. They finally made the cut. He's dealing with a hamstring injury. You don't need him.
No.
He just didn't have a place in the offense, and it's just his time. Of course, Baltimore Ravens, their big thing is not so much what they got, but what they lost. I mean, they did sign Elvis Dumervil, which is pretty big, snatched him away from the Broncos. But, I mean, losing Paul Kruger, of course, to the Browns, who, by the way, also his little brother Dave Kruger cut by the Browns today. So, wonder how that family as a whole feels about the Browns. Probably still good with the amount of money Paul's making, but
right.
Either way, Steelers adding rookie running back Le'Veon Bell, expected to take the full blunt of the
Hope he breaks a leg.
workhorse. Well, he
No
kind of
offense
did.
to you.
He kind of did actually. He sustained an injury. He's going to be out a couple of weeks.
Good. No offense to you personally, but you're playing for Pittsburgh, and I can't stand them. And if they all just, I don't know, caught some rare disease and could never play football again, and there was no more Pittsburgh, oh well.
I'll tell you what surprised me the most about the North. There seems like there was some shuffling. Like, Paul Kruger was a Raven, now he's a Brown. And then Harrison going
Oh,
from
yeah,
the
went to
Steelers
Cincy.
for many years, former Kent State alum. Now he's with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I forgot he
I think
went
that's
to
pretty
Cincy.
interesting.
So we'll still see him twice a year.
Yep,
Mother.
absolutely. No change.
I still don't like him.
But and of course, the Browns also signing other players such as Desmond Bryant and wow, that's kind of it. The trade for Devon Best, drafted Barcavius Mingo, which is a smart move. He's still out right now with that bruised lung. They thought it was just going to be a week. It looks like it's a little more. There's still no one's ruling out him being there for the start of week 1. The Browns, another roster move they did today. They'll be making a lot of roster moves between now and they'll finish them tomorrow. Tomorrow's when you got to have the next cut done by. They put backup running back Deion Lewis officially on injured reserve.
Well, yeah, he's
So
got
they're
a
not
broken
cutting
leg.
him. They're not cutting him by any means, but they're keeping him, but he will not be playing this whole season. So he already out for the season. Is
That's
kind of not a
sad.
good way to
He was gonna
start.
be He's going to be a good backup.
Yeah,
to
he
Richardson.
was. It'll be interesting at the running back position to see what they do. They still have Brandon Jackson, which I think people forgot. Brandon Jackson was the starting running back on the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. So, I mean, there's something to be said about that. Then again, they did have one of the worst running attacks in Super Bowl
Yeah.
history, but,
It was terrible.
you know, it's something. But they got him, and they got Chris Ogbonnaya actually making the move to fullback is going to be really interesting to see how that pans out. I'm really excited. If that works, then you've got two guys in the backfield that can legitimately run the ball.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of scary to a defense. Not to mention this vertical passing game paired with the fact of a two-back attack. It's going to be really
Well,
interesting.
you run the ball, and then defense comes up, then you have Whedon drop back and throw the ball 75 yards downfield.
Exactly.
Because he has a rocket launcher
Thank
attached.
God we actually have a guy running the offense that
Well,
says
is not
Whedon
afraid
drop
to
back
throw
and throw the ball 75 yards.
Right.
Before it's like, well, Whedon, you're gonna go right up under center. If you could actually lay under the center,
Yeah.
if you could crawl
and then
under him
you're just going to throw short passes.
and do a little
even
shovel
though
pass.
I'm pretty sure you could throw the football the length of the field without even trying.
Yep.
We're not going to do that. Nope.
Also, the Browns without Josh Gordon for the first 2 games. Let's not forget that.
Stupid ass.
The idiot. I mean,
Really?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to go out and have a good time. However, you choose to do that, as long as it's responsible. But when you've been busted on this for numerous times before in the past,
Right?
there are so many conflicting reports on how many drug tests he supposedly failed over his college career. Anywhere between 2 to 4 or something like this. Once you get into multiple,
Then
it's
you're
like,
just an
shape up,
idiot.
you idiot. Come on.
Right?
Quit doing it.
Go find some new friends who
Go be-
aren't on drugs 24/7.
Why don't you go be Ricky Williams? Ricky Williams made the choice. He said, I'm going to continue to smoke pot. Goodbye, football.
Yeah, and then he
And he-
realized there's no money in that, and he's like, "Oh,
There's-
maybe I should really stop this weed smoking thing." And guess what? He quit the drugs and came back to football.
I like how you said there had to add there's no money and staying home to smoke. Like, so, yeah, I make minimum wage staying home and smoking. Like
well,
it pays the bills, you know.
you can make a boat crap of money playing football, or you cannot get off the drugs
A whole
and
boat
keep
crap.
getting. Like, yeah, a
take it.
boatload.
An entire boat crap of money. I would take that, absolutely. All right, here's our North standings. I'm going to go from the bottom up. Already kind of a shocker here. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers bottoming out.
Woo.
I have the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Steelers finally having that break season. A lot of teams, you know, everyone talks about like, well, they're getting older. You know, a lot of teams they got to kind of break before they can get back. You know, as times are going on, the Steelers have been sort of mediocre over the last couple of years. I think they're finally gonna have that season where it's just gonna be a bad season. They don't really. I mean, they added Jarvis Jones, who looks very impressive. I think he'll have a great season, honestly. But I mean, I look at offense. They lost Mike Wallace. He's a Dolphin now. They, you know, their running back potentially out for an extended series of time now. And they just don't seem to have many of those pieces left. They've got about like 4 or 5 guys, I think, left from that 2008 team. A lot of turnover. It's really starting to not mean what it was, you know, in 2008, what it meant to be a Steeler. I just think this is the year they finally. I mean, they're not going to be worst in the league, but I just think this is the year where they finally finish behind the Browns, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because I do have the Browns at number 3, cautiously optimistic, I guess. Which, how sad is it when you've been so bad lately that putting them at 3rd place is cautiously optimistic? But like I'm like Browns in 3rd. I don't want to get my hopes up.
Yeah. Well, see, the Browns, we have the 3rd hardest freaking schedule in the NFL.
It's ridiculous.
And it keeps pissing me off. Every goddamn year we have one of the top 3 hardest schedules.
Patriots, Bears, Packers, Ravens twice, Steelers twice, Bengals twice.
Right?
It's
I'm like-
scary. It's terrifying.
Every time. Last year we had the second hardest schedule. This year the third hardest. I'm like, can't you just be nice to us, just so we can get some wins?
I finally sat down last night actually and looked. I mean, I knew the Browns' schedule, but really looked at it and thought, how do I think this is going to shape up? My official prediction for how I think it's going to go is I'm cop out. I'm going 8-8.
Yeah.
I think they end up 8-8, which I think is good. I think it's good compared to what's been going on. Absolutely. Then I do have the Ravens actually finishing in second, not repeating as division champ because I think they'll have a good year. But again, they've lost too much. Anquan Bolden, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis is gone from retired. Matt Burke, they lost a lot to retired or going somewhere else. Paul Kruger, a lot. And then ultimately, I do have number one. I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning the division. Some people I've heard Cincinnati Bengals. Like a potential Super Bowl dark horse. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I do think the Cincinnati Bengals will actually win the AFC North this year. What do you got, Ashley?
I'm taking Cincy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll never pick. Pittsburgh, no. Baltimore lost too many people, and Cleveland, we're just not there yet. So really, it just process of elimination. It comes down to Cincy, and plus they're getting good lately. They were pretty good last year.
Oh yeah, the redhead, the ginger.
Hey, Andy Dalton to what's his face?
He's weird because it's he takes the helmet off and you don't realize it's off yet. He should if he were a douche he would definitely get black stripes in his hair.
Yeah.
If he were just a total d-bag, but he's not. So unfortunately, he never will.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Remember, by the way, totally off topic. Remember when what was it? Colt Brennan was the guy at Hawaii. Apparently I'm the only one that remembers it. Colt Brennan set all kinds of records.
Tommy Chang. I remember
Yes, he did. Thank you. He at one point had his hair bleached blonde, and except for Hawaii into the side of his head, not the word, the map of the islands. He had the islands of Hawaii dyed into his hair.
Whoa.
It was ridiculous. Anyways, what do you got, Von Eric?
I have Baltimore taking the division. They did lose some key elements, but they are just a few months removed from winning the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah,
they're gonna suck.
Yeah. Well, I definitely agree. I don't think they're gonna suck. I wouldn't go to that extreme, but I
don't like them.
I
So I'm allowed to say they're gonna suck.
You're allowed to say whatever you want. It's America. But
screw Baltimore.
I do think I think they're gonna finish in second, as we said. But that's weird. We all got I was gonna say we all had different picks, but I remember we know. Oh, I remember how this works. You just piggyback on everything I say.
Yeah, I just copy everything you say because
It's just easier that way.
Because it just takes up less time.
Yeah, less time. There's absolutely no thought process. I can just sit here, be my own little world, and then go, oh yeah,
Candy
what you
Crush?
said.
Yeah, just
play
play some Candy Crush. Yeah, what'd you say? Bengals? Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good enough for me. I'll take it.
All right, let's
Let me
move
finish
south.
this level.
We're going to go south now, and I'm going to start with pretty much as south as you can go. I got on the bottom of the barrel Jacksonville. I don't even need to explain that.
No surprise there.
I'm saying in Jacksonville right now, go out and buy your Jadeveon Clowney jerseys.
Right.
Because that should be your goal right now. Tennessee Titans, I am in second. I am buying Chris Johnson better, but I don't know. People seem to all of a sudden be thinking, this is the year. This is his total bounce back.
No.
CJ 2K time again? No way. Not even close.
No.
Better, but still crap. Indianapolis Colts, I have in second. Obviously, this is just a fairly weak division right now, and yeah. I mean, this division, I think everybody pretty much has this one the same way. Houston Texans at number one. They added Ed Reed. Who knows if he'll be healthy? Arian Foster's health depends on it. But I do think overall they're way more talented than anyone else in this division.
Yeah.
So even if those two guys went down, they still win.
Yeah.
That would be my answer. I'm assuming you're going to go with Houston.
Well, yeah, because when you said Indy second, I'm like, well, now I'm going to look like I'm copying you again.
No,
obviously, it's obvious Houston's going to win the division. Unless literally their whole team breaks an ankle.
And even then, they'll still at least come in second.
Yeah.
That division's so bad.
It is. It's
Tennessee,
terrible.
Jacksonville is like a black hole. They suck the rest of that division with them.
The sad part is they
That's
used to be
how bad.
good back in the day, when
They
we
had
were
their
wee
minute.
little children.
They had
They had Mark Brunell.
All right, what do you got, Von Eric?
I have Houston taking the division as well.
It's the only move you can make.
Yeah, it really is.
Indy's there.
I'll tell you what, we're about to agree on the next
everything,
two
but-
division winners as well. I think everyone at this table is. So I'm going to make these two kind of quick. In the East, this is my order. At the bottom, I have the Jets. This is finally the year Sanchez is going to go. Rex Ryan's going to lose his job. The Jets are going to bottom out this year. And probably not content for the number one pick, but they'll be up there. Buffalo Bills in the East.
Ooh, they're
Interesting.
looking rough.
With starting quarterback, undrafted rookie Jeff Toole. E.J. Manuel, of course, out for the entire preseason with a knee injury that he had to get surgery on. They don't know if he'll be ready to go week 1. If he is, he's the starter.
Yeah.
If he's ready to go week 1, he goes right in. His backup was Kevin Kolb.
Who broke his brain?
Kevin Kolb may not have a career in football anymore. What looked like a relatively normal head injury, although that sounds weird to say relatively normal
yeah.
head injury, but it just looks simple enough. Knee to the helmet. What you gonna do? That's what happens. Apparently, it was reportedly a grisly scene in the locker room, and they're saying this third concussion of his career. This could be potentially career ending.
Could be. He broke his brain.
Apparently, yeah. It's just it's like just pudding where there used to be a brain now, I guess. So Kevin Kolb, you can pretty much rule him out, which means if E.J. Manuel is not ready to go for the first time in the common draft era, an undrafted rookie quarterback will be playing week one. We'll be starting week 1.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
And it is Jeff Toole, spelled like fuel but with a T.
Yeah.
So like Toole, I don't even know. Don't bother remembering it. No, I was talking to Carl. I was like, watch this guy become the next Tom Brady. I'm officially like a Jeff Toole fan. I'm gonna go get my Toole jersey right now. Anyways,
didn't make any yet.
Probably
I don't
not.
even think they make Bills jerseys.
Probably not. You got to get them custom made on the website. Miami Dolphins, I have finishing in second. I think Tannehill takes them not quite
I can't
the
get
next
over their
step,
stupid
but
looking
it's
freaking dolphin.
It's bad. It's like, what if we took a dolphin but made it less intimidating?
Made it
A dolphin's already an effeminate shark.
At least
Like,
intimidating as possible. It looks retarded. It looks stupid.
It should just be a manatee. Like, why don't they just do that?
No, the
Why
other
don't they
dolphin
screw
looked
it?
okay.
I mean,
now I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm like, that's the gayest freaking thing I've ever seen.
It's like no more helmet,
No.
and he's not like tough
He's
anymore.
like, I'm a dolphin.
He's like, oh, watch me
Instead
swim.
of-
I'm graceful. Like that's what
Instead of
dolphins.
like dive jumping.
It just looks like that's their end game. It's to just watch them and be like, damn, this is a graceful team.
Right?
It's a graceful team of football players. New England Patriots, I don't have to explain
Obviously,
it.
yeah.
I mean, they lost a lot, but they're still
New
better
England.
than everyone else in this division. It's,
Yeah.
you know, not much else you can
Better
say
than
there.
almost everyone else in football.
I'm going to go on a limb and just guess here. Patriots across the board?
Yeah, I also have Miami playing a little bit better than everyone thinks they will, but not as good as New England, of course.
All right, now we move out west, where I'm sure we'll all agree again here on this one. Oakland Raiders, now without kick returner Josh Cribbs. They're
Not
done
good
with
enough
him,
to make the cut.
apparently. I have them in fourth, but I do think it'll be an interesting matchup between them and the Chargers to see who sucks harder. I just think, I was reading something about fantasy football. I was like, is there any Charger worth owning? Like from a fantasy football perspective?
No.
I mean, Phillip Rivers, maybe, but...
As a backup.
As a backup, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's not what he used to be, and like, there's just
there's no
like,
talent around
ugh,
him.
it's just not pretty over there. Of course, their head coach is now the Browns' offensive coordinator, so let's hope that works out. But anyways, then I have the San Diego Chargers. Just said, my bad. Kansas City Chiefs. I have actually at number 2 in the division.
They're
I haven't
they're
taken.
coming up.
I think they're gonna take a big step. They got a dependable quarterback. He ain't gonna wow you, but he'll get stuff done, and he's in a super quarterback-friendly system.
Yeah, with Andy Reid.
Look at the guys Andy Reid's been able to make look good. Donovan McNabb was crap everywhere else he went. Like, just awful, awful crap in Washington and Minnesota. Terrible. Kevin Kolb has been, like,
Terrible.
pawned off on other teams now
Yeah.
until he's at the Bills, where they're finally like, thank God he's injured for his career. Like, this guy is just, I mean, but think of the games he had with Philly, where all of a sudden it was like, Kevin Kolb, maybe the Browns look into that, or, you know,
Thank
like,
God
maybe
we didn't.
that's definitely an option. This guy clearly knows how to play football.
No, it was
No,
clearly
he
all
doesn't.
Andy Reid.
And now he doesn't know how to feed himself.
No, he got knocked. I feel so bad. He got knocked
Me
stupid.
too. I hope he doesn't have a family or anyone depending on him.
Because
That would suck.
he got knocked dumb.
I don't know if he's got a wife or anything, but you know what though? He was injured early.
He got knocked up. He's pregnant.
He got knocked dumb.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
his brain got
Yeah, that's a thing.
turned to mush.
All right, well, and then I have number 1 Denver Broncos.
Clearly.
Peyton Manning, they added Wes Welker. Running back will be interesting to say the least, but they're gonna win. They're gonna win
Yeah.
this division. Anybody disagree?
Nope.
Nope.
All in
No
on the
disagreements
Broncos?
here.
All right, we're going to make this one a little faster, but let's go NFC now, the National Football Conference. And we'll start in the North. And we'll start with I just said the North. Detroit Lions, I have at 4.
Yeah.
It's not a knock against the Lions. This is a different team than it was a couple years ago. But, I mean, look at this damn division. Like, there's no hope. Sorry, Lions. Like, this, come on. I mean, maybe you pass up the Vikings and get 3rd. By the way, I have the Vikings 3rd. But, like, that's about all you're going to get. Chicago Bears, I have at 2nd. And, of course, Green Bay Packers, I have winning the division. That's another one where anybody disagree with me?
I have Green Bay winning the division, but the Lions in 2nd.
Ooh.
It could happen. It could happen. Maybe.
I mean,
Even though
it
just
is a
said
really
couldn't.
hard division.
It
But
is.
it's gonna be Green Bay and then Chicago.
Absolutely. That's what I think. Now we go down south. Another interesting one. This division doesn't... Over the last couple years, for the most part, aside from I think maybe the last 2, they don't like to repeat winners.
Not in the South.
They like to cycle. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finishing in last.
Yeah, they're the worst one.
Although honestly, I think it's plausible. Let me say that almost any team in this division could get hot at the right time and figure things out and take the division. I think this is one of the shockingly enough, I think this is one of the most up for grabs divisions in all of football. As weird as that sounds. Carolina Panthers I have in 3rd. I have the New Orleans Saints figuring stuff out. They last year was a fluke. I mean, there's nothing else to it. They're not that bad. Especially they've got their
they'll be
coach
much
back
better
in there.
this year.
Exactly. They'll play defense this year, unlike last year. Atlanta Falcons I have at number 1, but I do think they could be leapfrogged by someone because I think the biggest issue with the Atlanta Falcons, their secondary is garbage. They got like no corners. They got like nobody that can play secondary at an efficient level, and that team has to go in and 2 times a year take on Cam Newton and Drew Brees. Like they're gonna have a field day against them. I mean, hell, even who's that kid in Tampa Bay?
The one they just
I don't remember. He was in Kansas State. I want to say he played for. I don't know. He had a great year, and then last maybe I think 2 years, he's given me a reason not to remember his name anymore.
Revis?
No, well they have
Or
their own
yeah,
Revis.
they got him too.
It's secondary. Let's
They
talk about
got
their
him from the
quarterback.
Jets.
What's their
Oh,
quarterback's
their quarterback. Flau.
Flau. Exactly, guys.
What the
Flau.
hell? What the hell is his name?
It doesn't matter. We'll have the stat department get on it. What do you guys
Intern,
have?
Do you know his name? Josh Freeman.
Thank you. Thank you. It was one of those names where I was like, this is so easy, but why don't I remember it? I blame him. I blame Josh Freeman for me not remembering Josh Freeman's name, not myself. He did not. Dude, the Buccaneers haven't done anything. All right. Anybody? What do you guys got?
New Orleans leapfrogging Atlanta and
I
taking
could
first
see it.
place.
I could see it.
I'm still taking Atlanta.
All right.
They were so close to the Super Bowl last year.
All right. Now here's
take
where things get interesting. What used to be undoubtedly the best division in all of football for a number of years. Now, not as much. I have the Dallas Cowboys taking last place.
Yeah.
Because what have they done to inspire hope? Not a thing, except for finish 8-8 the last couple of years. So who knows? Maybe they'll get hot and finish 8-8 again, and take like 3rd or something. But in 2nd, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Chip Kelly's offense will do better. I just don't think they have their quarterback yet. I think Vic will start.
He's gonna get injured
they
within
said
2
he'll
weeks.
start, obviously, yeah. So Vic will start. I don't think he'll finish.
No.
I don't think he'll finish the year.
He's getting old, and he's probably gonna get hurt within a couple days anyway.
Exactly.
Because that's usually what he does.
I have the Giants in 2nd, and I got the Redskins at number 1. RG3 and the Skins and Alfred Morris at running back, and that defense that's impressing me more and more. I have the Washington Redskins taking the leap past the New York Giants to win the division. So I'm getting bold. This is where it starts.
I have those two flip-flopped. Giants in 1st, Redskins 2nd.
That's what I'm taking.
That's what most of America will take.
Yeah, I gotta go New York.
Gotta
I
go
think
bold.
the Redskins are gonna be right there. It's gonna be back. But no, I'm taking Eli. I'll never turn my back on Eli.
By the way, this is a weird timing for me to do this. So we'll do it right after. We'll pick our wild cards right after this for both divisions because we forgot to do AFC. But anyways, let's go out west now. Really interesting division, I think. I have the St. Louis Rams finishing in last place. Sam Bradford again. That's one where nothing against Sam Bradford. Looks like he's the real deal and everything, but it's just the rest of that division's so good for the most part. Because
the rest of his team is garbage.
that's another. That's a perfectly good point. But Arizona Cardinals, I have finishing above the Rams. In 3rd. That's when I was really conflicted on. I was like, because it really is a big question mark literally their entire season depends on Carson Palmer. I don't know what they're getting with him anymore.
Yeah, is it Carson Palmer or is it the Carson Palmer just played the last 2 years and he sucked balls?
Exactly. I don't know what Carson Palmer this is anymore. So I couldn't really pinpoint them, so I just figured third in the West. I think sounds like a safe bet. A team I adore. Well, obviously not as necessarily as a fan, but I love what they're doing and the pieces in place and everything. The Seattle Seahawks, I have at number 2 in that division. Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, one of the best defenses in all of football.
Yeah.
I think they're a scary, scary team. They're young. They're a team that almost across the board is entering into their prime. They're at the cusp of things right now. I think they're going to be a very, very scary team to watch as this season goes on. And number 1 in the West, I have obviously the defending NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. They got a stranglehold on this division that I think they keep for a little while longer, at least this season. And so that's how I got the West shaping up. You guys?
I have San Fran winning as well.
San Fran.
Absolutely. That's another one. There's really, I think I really went against the grain on one of these. And that was about the only one we disagreed on. It's going to be, it's always an interesting year, but there's going to be a lot of similarities, I think, anyways, with last season. All right, let's go wild cards real quick. We forgot to do the AFC. So let's, who are your 2 wild card teams in the AFC? I'll go with mine first. I have the Baltimore Ravens, and I actually went back and forth for a little bit. I went with the Kansas City Chiefs as my second wild card team. There's always turnover, and I actually realized when I had Indianapolis originally as my second, I realized that's identical to last year, and I thought to myself, there's no way that happens. So I made the change. I thought Kansas City seems like they could really take that next step and go from bottom to a wild card. What do you think?
I've got Miami and Cincinnati picking up the 2 wild cards.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking about Miami. I was toying with the idea, but yeah, no, interesting pick, definitely. What are you thinking, Ashley?
Indy and Baltimore.
Okay, yeah, can't really disagree. That was mine. Like I said, that was mine. But then I just thought it's just I would not be surprised if for the first time in like forever it was just a repeat of last year's playoffs just again. I mean, it would seem like disappointing to go through all this and just be the same, but it could very likely happen. And now over the NFC, my wild cards are the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Those are my picks. What do you got, Ash?
I'm taking the Redskins.
Okay. That adds up.
And the Saints.
Yeah. I agree. I see it. What do you got?
Washington and Atlanta.
Same. Yeah, that's right. You had the Saints winning
yeah.
So we all essentially picked the same. We did pick like the exact same playoff teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
Just shuffled around a little bit. Now I know you guys didn't go this far in depth, but I will real quick. MVP, I have Peyton Manning winning his 5th, taking the record for himself. By the way, Defensive Player of the Year, I have J.J. Watt, defensive end, Houston Texans. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Giovanni Bernard, halfback with the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a hot name that's been going around right now. And I have, sticking with the North, actually the AFC North, Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think will be Jarvis Jones, linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, now what we've been building up to, it's that time. We'll just do who's your AFC champion. I'll start with mine. I think the Denver Broncos will be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl.
I'm taking Denver all the way.
All right.
Peyton
New
Manning.
England.
New England.
Going with the safe bet.
It's hard to go against him. Tom Brady can always get hot and figure it out. And now, by then he'll have Gronkowski back, so hopefully. Or he'll have another injury. Who knows? In the NFC, we'll start with you, Von Erich. Who do you got in the NFC?
In the NFC, I have San Francisco 49ers coming out.
Be interesting. And who do you have in the NFC, Ashley?
I'm taking San Fran again.
All right.
Yeah.
I have the Seattle Seahawks
Whoa!
upsetting San Francisco
What?
and making a run. All right, it's
You're
time
crazy.
to pick our Super Bowl champions.
You're crazy.
Von Erich, it is the Patriots and the 49ers. Who wins?
49ers. They
All
finally
right.
do it this year.
About damn time.
Denver.
Denver beating the 49ers.
Yep.
I have new school, topping old school. I have the Seattle Seahawks beating the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson with Super Bowl MVP honors.
Crazy talk.
It makes me want to walk away from the desk.
Yeah,
Rance,
I told you.
Throw something like this is shenanigans.
I told you it's a bold move.
That's a little too bold.
I'm telling you.
You're reaching.
That's what I said.
It's one of those that there's a 99.9% chance it won't happen, but on the 0.01% chance that it does, you're gonna be like, I called it.
I live my life.
You pulled it out of your ass.
I live my life on the 0.01% chance. That is my life. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, you're going to find out what's urinating us off. 3 up, 3 down, all that and so much more. You're listening to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Third of the 7 deadly sins.
You are evil! Pure evil! Pure evil!
They're nothing compared to Uncensored Net Noise's 7th annual birthday bash.
But I gotta do this.
Friday, September 20th at the Rock City Tap House in Parma. Live on stage, it's Morality Check, Necros Obscura, The Burning Harlots, Darling Waste, and more for this amazing all-ages show.
Because of your words, I'm now ready to destroy.
All the details for the 7th annual Uncensored Net Noise Birthday Bash at mscradionetwork.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below. Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to Turnscor. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, Turnscor is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. Turnscor is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. Turnscor will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, Turnscor is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscor.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's honor.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and store monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. Call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
Heard of the 7 deadly sins?
You are evil! Pure evil! Pure evil!
They're nothing compared to Uncensored Net Noise's 7th annual birthday bash.
But I gotta do this.
Friday, September 20th at the Rock City Tap House in Parma. Live on stage, it's Morality Check, Necros Obscura, The Burning Harlots, Darling Waste, and more for this amazing all-ages show.
Because of your words, I'm now ready to destroy.
All the details for the 7th annual Uncensored Net Noise Birthday Bash at MSCRadioNetwork.com. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome back to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you are joining us tonight on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. And remember, as always, if you're not listening on one of the many glorious apps, just simply take your smartphone, go to the App Store, search for TuneIn Radio. It is free to download. Simply install it, hit play, and you're listening to us live on the go from your phone, wherever you may be. And remember, this is a totally interactive program we have for you here tonight. You can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. Tweet at @high_on_sports or with the hashtag #HighOnSports. And, of course, Facebook.com/HighOnSports is the fan page. And give it a like. HighOnSports.net is the website. It's got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is HighOnSports.net. And I need to remind you guys of something. This is the first time we plugged it on the show this year. It is that time of year again. The best time of year. Christmas, basically, but better. Like, picture Christmas and your birthday had a baby. And that is what we're talking about here. The 7th annual MSC Radio Network Uncensored Net Noise Birthday Bash. It is September 20th, 2013, obviously. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9. We got Morality Check. There's complicated words. The Burning Harlots. Darling Waste. What's the second band? How do you say it? Necros Obscura. Don't blame that band. Blame me. I can't read. I blame the schools. It's an all-ages show, of course. $8 at the door, under 21. There's a $3 cover charge. Rock City Tap House, 5324 State Road, Parma, Ohio. The area code is 44134, if you need to know. Again, that is the MSC Radio Network Birthday Bash. We will certainly have more on that as the weeks come. Get your tickets. www.mscradionetwork.com is obviously the website, our home website, a mother to us. They've nursed us into what we are, and we love them as a child loves its mother. So, I don't know where I'm going with this now, but let's get right into things. It is round 2. Let's go. All right, it's time for a staple of High on Sports. That is, of course, what's urinating us off. And after that, I have some. I still don't know what we call it. I said urinating on, but then it just kind of got quiet, and we all realized, like, I don't want to talk about getting peed on. Like,
well,
I've
done it a few times.
You have,
yeah. It's always just something that's not urinating.
Some positivity to counterbalance the negativity. It's about like feng shui and stuff.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be good. All right, but we'll start with you guys to, bring the negativity. So go ahead, Von Erich.
Well, lately it's seems like it's been a witch hunt when it comes to baseball players getting caught busted using PEDs and the suspensions they're getting. But this isn't something that's just dealing with baseball. This year alone, there has been more NFLers suspended for PED and banned substances than there has been in Major League Baseball. So I will pose this question to you, Ralphie. Why does it seem like such a witch hunt when a baseball player gets busted? Say, oh, we need lifetime bans. We need to get this guy out of the game. But when a football player gets busted, suspended for 4 games, it's always, oh man, he got busted. That's kind of harsh, but we'll see you in 4 games. No one bats an eye. No one's calling for the equivalent of an A-Rod suspension, like a 60-game suspension for an NFLer for banned substances. They just give him the 4 games, and that'll be that. And it seems like no one cares.
You know what I think it is? What would be my opinion is I think it all comes down to the base fan. I know most fans are like myself. We really, we love it all, except maybe like soccer. But it's just the thought that it's like baseball is you feel like there's so much more. Like history needs to be respected so much more. Like you feel like you're cheating, you're disrespecting like Stan the Man Musial or like any of the like past greats like Babe Ruth or Ty Cobb. Like you're doing them wrong by like what you're doing here. But in football, it's just like hit them harder. Yeah, like we don't like the history is important, but the game has changed so much from then. I think it's because the game has changed more in football. It's just how it is. Like now, it's like 4,000 yards. Yeah, that was a good day. Like back then, it was like 4,000 yards. What is it? A robot that you built to launch the footballs?
Well, I think there's more stuff that's banned in football too, because obviously pot is banned in football, but it's not banned in baseball. So that's like true. Half these guys are getting popped for smoking weed or like random Ritalin. That's what.
The Adderall.
Yeah, Adderall.
There's plenty of baseball players getting suspended for Adderall too.
Oh, they're getting popped for Adderall too.
Well, that's what Miguel Tejada supposedly has used.
Still a
but
banned
obviously they're not
substance.
getting
Still a
popped
suspension.
for
That's
weed,
100. That's 100 games for Adderall. Mm-hmm. I did some Adderall the other day. Am I going to get suspended for 100 episodes? I doubt it.
Well, There's
Not-
more,
no, in this-
there's
in
more
this business,
games in a
that'll help.
baseball season than shows that we have a week. So we'll figure out the percentage.
You would maybe at the worst get about a 4 to 5 show suspension, which takes you
Yeah.
out for about a month. But I wouldn't do that because I don't care.
Hell, I want to see him on Ritalin doing the show.
Exactly. But it's I mean, it's a really interesting point. It is very different, but it's
yeah.
coming. It's coming in the NFL. There's been more talks in the whispers and the behind the scenes stuff. You know, it's on its way. The
I'm just really
extremism and the
sick
witch hunts.
of just the moral fortitude of some people just to say, "Oh, caught once, get him out of the game for life." I think the 50-game suspension is a little harsh for a first-time offense, but that's just me. We've talked about it before. I think the whole A-Rod thing is just a witch hunt for a guy who's never tested positive.
He's a douche.
I'm not arguing that, but I think they're trying to make an example out of him, and that sets a really bad precedent when you have a guy who's never tested positive getting suspended for over 200 games.
Yeah. That is
So
true.
I just think when it comes to different kind of sports, if you're going to show outrage, show it on all platforms.
I see your point. Yeah, I see your point.
Oh yeah, I can see where you're coming from. All right, thank you, Von Erich.
You're very welcome.
And now, Ashley, did you?
I
Yours,
do.
It's
also in
similar
baseball.
to the world of baseball.
Yeah.
Sure, it's still going
And,
on. I haven't forgotten.
What urinating me off right now is obviously because we were just talking about steroids and crap. And A-Rod's supposed to be suspended, but he's not because he's appealing it. And baseball, for some reason, won't listen to the appeal till after the season. Makes no goddamn sense to me. And so one of the pitchers for Boston, Ryan Dempster, says, "You know what? I'm just gonna peg you, asshole." And he drilled him, and he gets suspended for 5 games. Seriously? A-Ross shouldn't even be playing right now. He's supposed to be suspended. And Dempster's the only one in the league who had the balls to peg him. I'd peg him every time he comes up. And Dempster finally, he's grew up here and said, "You know what? F you." Boom, drills him and he gets 5 games. Really?
I'll tell you what got me though about what Dempster did. What I thought was stupid about it. That was not his first try.
Well, yeah.
It took him 3
Like
or 4 pitches.
that's something that gets me a little bit. Where it's like, all right,
You're not
really,
pegging,
dude, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's what bugged a lot of like the actual players and stuff. Like the players that were upset about it was like, come on, dude. Like if you're gonna hit him, you just hit him. Not like, oops, let me try that again.
You don't throw at him several times in a row. You throw at him and then you do that. That's where you're going to get a lot of the players, coaches. They're going to get upset over stuff like that. One of those unwritten rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're going to throw at him, you did it. You didn't hit him. You missed. So all right. That'll be the end of it. But of course, with Dempster, he took it to the next level, got a little extreme.
Crap, I missed you. Let me try this again.
Had basically a 5-game suspension means he pitches on 6 days rest instead of 4.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
That's all
it
it
doesn't
means.
really affect. It just pissed me off that I'm like, A-Rod isn't even technically supposed to be playing right now. And dude drills him, so he gets 5 games.
That's
so
true.
he gets
But
suspended.
like we were talking about on the show before, like I would be more urinated off when A-Rod does. I'm more urinated off when A-Rod does something good.
Yeah.
During the suspension, then like he hit him. Like every time he hits a home run, I was like, he shouldn't have hit that.
Yeah, shouldn't have hit it.
But
this
can't
is
do
like-
anything
shouldn't
right.
be in the stat
Exactly.
books.
Can't. He could build like a animal hospital like right next to the Yankee Stadium, and then we would be pissed because he named it the A-Rod Memorial Animal Hospital.
No, it's in the middle of New York. That's not a good place for an animal hospital.
Yeah, dude,
It's
think
a
about the
dangerous
animals.
city.
You heard though, like the rumors that he has a picture of himself as a centaur above his bed, right? Everybody's
There's
heard
something
that.
wrong with that
Like
man.
a man who does that, I don't think he deserves my
His
respect.
ego
Are you
is
looking for it?
way-
You're trying
looking
to see
for
what-
it. I'm looking for it.
It's a
His ego
rumor I've heard.
Is way too big to be in a human ego. It's way too big.
Yeah, it's.
just
But I'm
needs
just gonna
to
see if we
go
can find that. If he can, we'll see if we can
sit
put that up
down
on
somewhere and just
the on the Facebook page.
leave the earth.
I put an A-Rod centaur was the first thing that popped up.
There you go. A-Rod is a centaur. I'm telling you, it's a thing. But no, let's. I want to make things positive here now.
Does it show the picture?
Like I said, if he gets,
These are all
There's a lot of them.
photoshopped.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
there's
they-
a real painting out there,
I was like,
or if there's, it's gonna be hard to
flip
find.
your laptop around, Tom.
Is there any good ones there?
No, I'm looking for like a good one, but some of these are like
Bad
really
photos.
bad.
Yeah, if you find it,
Photoshop.
if he finds a good one, he'll throw it up
If
on
I
the,
find a good
Facebook
one,
page.
It's
I'll.
a bobblehead.
A centaur bobblehead. That's ridiculous. Hey, but let's move gears just a little bit. I'm gonna keep with baseball actually. And
These
this
are
is my
ridiculous.
this is my positive whatever we're calling
I
it,
like this
opposite of
story.
urinating off. This comes just from the Cleveland Indians, and 8-year-old cancer patient Nico Lanzarota. His family were on the field watching the Indians taking batting practice the other day, and he asked absolutely classic, his two favorite, not one but two. His two favorite baseball players to hit home runs for him, Carlos Santana and Jason Kipnis. It played out like a Hollywood script, and they knew exactly what to do when it was their turn because they both went deep for the little boy. It's something that happens every couple of years, and it's just really cool when it can work out. And the fact that this kid asked not one but two players,
And they both
did
it's
it
one
in the
thing,
same
like,
game.
When
It
someone you
almost
go,
brings a tear to
hey,
your
can
eye.
you hit a home run for me? And then the one guy ends up doing it. But the fact that two of them did it, that was, when I was reading the story, I'm like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever read.
Is Santana, who is by the way Nico's favorite player of the two. Sorry, Jason Kipnis. Hit a 2-run homer in the first.
Yeah, so right off the bat.
Yeah, Kipnis added a 2-run shot in the third. And Nico's night was made complete when the Indians defeated the Twins 7-2. That was on what, Sunday, right? It was
Saturday.
Saturday,
It was
whatever.
Saturday.
It was some day. But so I mean, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, that's just a cool story.
Yeah, that's really awesome. There's
Especially
there's no
with
spin on it. It's
two
just
players doing it, it'd be hard to like argue that it would be something that was not really set up, but
Maybe the pitcher
you
gave
hear
him one.
maybe the pitcher tossed him a fat one over the plate, or you hear stories about that. They'll serve one up to the guy, at least give him a couple pitches to hack away at if you want. You hear these stories about when teams go to different cities, especially you'll have a team come in and the sick kid or whoever, his favorite player will be on the other team, and the pitcher might serve one up to him. But with two guys doing it, it's hard to hard to argue against fate.
It brings to mind 1926 is when this whole thing kind of got started with Babe Ruth, when a young boy named Johnny Sylvester was kicked in the head by a horse, actually. Aww. And he told his father, "I wish I could see Babe Ruth wallop a homer before I die." His father managed to get through to Ruth, and Babe, took it and ran with it. It was one of the few times he ran. But Game 4 of the World Series, he clobbered not one but 3 of them against the St. Louis Cardinals. So, I mean, you gotta love stories like that. And it happens every couple of years from since that point on. And now let's end with something, this is really, I really just enjoy this. This is kind of all over the internet now. It's hitting Comedy Central websites, and it's on like, the Soup and other things like that, I just love this. This is, Fox Sports launched their alternative to ESPN this week, and we wouldn't be doing you justice if we didn't at least acknowledge it. Their panel's a little bit ridiculous. I was telling you guys, it's like, let's talk about A-Rod. So here's Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, and Andy Roddick to give us their thoughts on Alex Rodriguez and steroids in baseball. It's like, why? I don't get it. And the two guys that host, you can maybe say they're fun or unprofessional, maybe, however you want to do it. But this is one of them. This is a video I'm about to play for you. This is one of the guys. His name's Jay Onrate. I don't know. They're both Canadian too, which is weird. Regis Philbin has a show, and I've seen highlights of it, and all it is him talking about him and his wife going out to dinner. And it's like, when does the sports come up? Is he going to talk about sports?
He has a show on Fox Sports?
Yes, he does. And the crowd goes wild. Is Regis Philbin's show. But anyways, this is Jay Onrate. This is great. Fox Sports Live, their sort of kind of ESPN alternative thing. This is them advertising that Fox has a football game coming up, obviously. Fox, of course, shows football. So, Chris, we ready to play that? All right, here we go.
The NFL. Fox. Sunday. Colts. Giants. Watch it! Watch it!
It like hypes you up though, doesn't it?
I want to watch it now!
I want to watch it! I'm so pumped! Colts and Giants?
Yeah.
Colts and Giants!
Reminds me of that college announcer who flipped out during the game over a non-penalty call and started banging on the glass and screaming at the other announcers, wanting to fight the referees for not throwing the flag.
I just love it. It's ridiculous.
Watch it!
I think they've certainly got some ways to go. It's going to be tough. It's tough to dethrone ESPN. they're wedged in there too deep.
Well, I mean, they've been doing it
It's-
for, like, what, 40 years?
Exactly.
30, 40, something?
Exactly. All right, 3 up, 3 down time. Let's end the show the way we always do. Down number 3, Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady, who, according to them, just retired this week and not a while ago. So, oh well. Down number 2,
Has Iverson even played a game in how many years?
2010 or 11, I don't
So
remember.
it's been basically 3 years.
he's been retired.
And he's just now.
Yeah.
I'm retiring.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Tracy McGrady, by the way, said, I'm retiring, but I'm not ruling out playing overseas. So what are
you're
you
not-
doing?
you're- yeah, it means
so you're
you're
just
old.
coming out to everybody and say, I can't do the NBA
Yeah,
anymore.
I can't hack
See you
it.
in Russia.
So
Like,
I'm
it's
going to go play with
ridiculous.
the Chinamen.
Down number 2, Tiger Woods, who fell just one shot short of forcing a playoff in the Barclays,
Aw, poor guy.
instead losing to Adam Scott,
Tiger.
potential player of the year, Adam Scott. Or is it Tiger Woods? I don't know, and I'm not too interested. Down number 1, Kevin Cobb. Suffered concussion and lost to the Redskins that may very well end his career. Totally unfortunate, despite the jokes we've been making all night. Up number 3, Max Scherzer of the Tigers wins again this weekend to bring his record to 19-1. Is absolutely ridiculous. Meanwhile,
Still
Miguel
not
Cabrera.
as good as Kershaw.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Miguel Cabrera is probably going to get the Triple Crown again.
He's getting
It's sickening.
closer and closer to Davis.
He's what, 4 homers shy of
Yeah.
leading in everything at this point. Up number 2, Chris Paul, elected new union president of the NBA Players Association. After Derek Fisher was asked to leave, and at first he said no. And he's
And
finally
they're
gone,
like,
though.
no, seriously, we want you
And
to
up
go.
number 1, the land of the rising sun, Japan. They beat California for their 9th Little League World Series title. Way to go, Japanese children. So that's going to wrap it up for us
Not
this
way
week.
to go, American children.
No, drop the ball. Drop the ball to all the little Ichiros. Who, was it this week, hit 4,000? I probably should have put him in the up column, but I didn't. That's going to do it for us.
Oops.
My bad. Next, I'll get him at 5,000. All right. We will not be with you next week, but the following week we will be back breaking down the Browns' win over the Dolphins,
Oh, you know it.
as well as all the other crazy NFL action and the ever-tightening playoff races in Major League Baseball. So for Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I'm Ravi saying good night, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks. Same time, same place. Thanks for listening to High on Sports on MorningshowCentral.com. Happy Labor Day!